Debbie, it's all yours.
Debbie's got stage fright.
Ah, or stage 3. And Denise, good to see you online.
Thanks.
Okay, so who was the backup when Debbie was not here?
The man called Sean Thorncroft.
No, he's not here either.
Oh dear.
All right, so, okay, while we wait for Debbie and John to come back online, we're going to start right here in the beginning of the book, and the Eagle Team training events. So it's always, events are vital to our business. They're so important just to get guests. And obviously, if we can do in-person events, these online events are great. Yesterday's ADT was a good example of that, because we can get people from all over. I mean, just on here, we've got people from Hillcrest and Stutterheim and Cape Town and Shelly Beach and all over the place. So these sort of events are good, but in-person events are even better, because then you can chat to people face to face, shake their hand, look them in the eye, get to know them a little bit better, and not just a picture on the screen. So your Eagle Team training events, the importance of gaining knowledge in developing your business. So the development, ongoing improvement of product and marketing plan knowledge is one of the important factors contributing to long-term success of an Eagle Team distributorship. So if people are not getting to events, they're not getting those nuggets that are always there. And I don't know if you've ever listened to old Bloemfontein recordings. Every time I listen to them, I pick up something new. You can listen to the same recording 10 times and suddenly there's something you go, wow, I haven't heard that one before. And that's why it's so important to get to these events and to get guests to the event as well, so they can get that vibe, that in-person feeling of being part of the team.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
Yay.
I think someone was coming in onto our Zoom, because suddenly I had a Montgomery. I was joining Montgomery, whoever he is.
Oops, okay.
Maybe you need down.
Hey?
Maybe you need downline.
I don't think so. I wish. Yeah, John's trying to get back in and see if we can't get back in again. Yeah, where were we at? Sean, did you take it away?
I did. I started with the first paragraph and the Eagle Team training events and the importance of gaining knowledge and developing your business.
Okay, fantastic. I'm just getting my book. Okay. John, are you managing? Oh, he also needs his glasses. Right. Yeah, weekly training, monthly. Did we say that one person at a time was going to do this? Or
No,
are we...
Friday mornings, Debbie.
Okay.
So clarified, but we can.
Yeah. No, that's fine. I'm just thinking maybe we should just split it up. Does everybody know about the weekend function speaker qualification? Who gets the chance to go and speak?
Those who have done the work.
Yeah. On page 6, it actually breaks it down, and I've never ever understood it. So yeah, personal PV, 500 personal PV, you get 5 points per month. So that's 5 12s, that's 60 over the year now. And then qualified in status is 10 points for every month you qualify in status. I suppose poor old Jeanette does this. Sponsoring a distributor, you get 10 points every month per month. Upgrading a distributor to a manager, 10 to a senior manager, 10 to an emerald, no, to an executive
executive.
manager, 15, yeah, and then a director and a ED, emerald director, 20 points per month.
But
The
that's
total
over,
of all,
that's over 3
Yeah.
months prior to the function,
Yeah.
is it?
according to the
Yes.
fine print
Okay.
underneath that.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
judged over 3 months prior to the function. I wish we knew this because then we would try and drop it once.
Yeah, I was thinking the same.
You actually get punished for doing good. Is it not coming on? No?
Right attitude, Debbie.
But it's such fun being on the stage in front of 1,500 other people.
Yeah, scary stuff.
That's when not being able to see is a distinct advantage.
Yes, yes. And you don't see anybody there. Yeah. Okay. The next thing that I thought was quite interesting. Well, we spoke about boot camp, but I think we spoke about that on Friday.
Yes.
And Jenny shared a bit about the boot camp. These conferences are held from time to time. Oh, that's at Acres of Diamonds. And I think most of us have been to Acres of Diamonds on this chat, except Ansi. So Ansi, you next.
And Mandy.
And Mandy.
And who?
Mandy.
Mandy.
Andy.
And Mandy.
Mandy.
The two
And
can go
Denise.
together.
Can't you ask Charlie if all the Osprey can go together to Acres?
Yeah. Well, that
That's
depends
right.
on your leader, I'm afraid. That would be
could-
fun, eh?
That could be very
Acres
dangerous.
will never be the same.
You're right. We will take it by storm. Okay.
It's banished for life.
Okay. They caught me out. Learn first and exactly what it takes. Yeah. I think the beauty about Acres is the variety of people that are there.
Yeah.
We also learned that at church today was how blessed we are that we can mix with a variety of different people. Normally people have what we call cliques. And even when you come to inviting and what have you, you always invite or make friends or build relationships with people like yourselves. And I don't mean color or anything. I just mean people who've got the same interests, who are similar to you, who's got the same family principles. Those are the people we usually mix with. And yeah, and if you pushed into an environment like the Eagle team, you careful, then then you can see, then you pushed into meeting people. I think one of the first things that impressed John and I was when we got our very, very first trip and we went to Munich, that's near Germany somewhere, and we were there with Pete Vessels, who was a dentist, with somebody who was a doctor, somebody else was a judge of the High Court, and there was John and I. We were just clerks and facility manager. So really speaking, we weren't in that sort of university type of people. So, and you mix with them, and I think it's very good that interaction and interrelationship. And that's what you also get at Acres. You get people from Tanzania, Uganda, Namibia, Mozambique, all speaking different languages, but we all got the same dream, the same Eagle Team vision. And it just hits home at boot camp, I think, when you go to Eagle Team.
Jenny, you said about taking over Acres of Diamonds. When there's a PT in the team. So if the Ospreys can just PT, you are allowed to tell Charlie, but you've got to have 35 people that can go. So in your PT group, you can all have one team, and Charlie will do that for us. So it's a good incentive to put on the board, eh?
Have we frozen again?
No,
No,
that's
no.
good. Yes, we're all going to
It
acres.
must be
Come on, guys.
Yeah, the internet.
the internet.
Yeah.
Is that good?
Debbie, we can hear you.
We
You
can't see
can
you.
hear us.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
We
can't
just
see
can't
you,
see
but
you.
we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Did you hear John saying about the PTs?
Yes.
Yes.
So that would be quite nice, Jenny. Yeah, you're
Yes.
right. It would be lovely. The whole of Osprey just hit acres.
But Debbie, do they have to be qualified in their status?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought so.
So
So
you're
the
all going to qualify?
Yeah. Yeah. We're getting there. Okay, John's trying to get onto that thing again. So that is acres. Right, weekly training. And I think we've got a lot of weekly training going on at the moment. Characters of a training leader. I'm just going to get my book now. Everything is dear Makal, sorry. Okay, qualities of a leader, of a training leader. So they begin with a determination to finish well. They always have a vision bigger than they are. Sometimes I think our vision's too small. We need to enlarge our vision, but it's quite scary. And I think we mustn't look at the past. We must look forward to the future. Sometimes we look back and we think, oh, well, we had that big vision and we never got it, so it's no good trying for it. But that's just a negative thought. So we need to change our negative thoughts and put in positives. As my little 5-year-old grandson said to me, you've got a good shoulder and a bad shoulder. Don't listen to the bad shoulder, listen to the good shoulder. So yeah, then take good care of themselves spiritually. Once again, what John and I are trying to do, we're trying to get through the Bible in a year. I don't know if anybody else is trying to do that. Every year we start. This year we determined to read the Bible in a year by Nick Blumbill. So it's quite a good exercise. And they take care of themselves physically. So we need to walk. Where we stay is really not very good to go out and walk because I think we'd probably get more lead poisoning. There's so much vehicles going up and down our road. They had a beautiful park over the road, which we used to walk in, and now it's just overgrown with grass and trees. So we just walk around our complex. And they invest in their family. Family is very important. And invest. We tend to think invest is money. It's not really. When you think about it, even people in our team, investing time is far more better than actual money. Just invest in time in your people and in your family. And treat.
Whoops. You frozen. Carry on reading, Sean.
She's reading from a different book to me.
Oh.
Okay, so some of the characteristics of the training leader that we've got in this book that I'm reading, they're leading by example. Like Debbie's getting back on board. They have a growing... Okay, carry on, Debbie, because your book's different to mine.
Oh, no, I'm not reading what they're saying here. I'm reading something else as well, just to make it a little bit different. They share the workload. So everybody has a part, and we know that because we've got fantastic leaders like Sean and Jenny and other Jenny and Mandy and Ansi. Everybody does their share. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, carry on.
We can hear you.
Actually, no connection.
Can you hear
John, we can
too?
hear you too.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Loud and clear. Carry on. You obviously can't hear us.
Oh, it's awful and very frustrating when your laptop does that. You feel like running away. Carry on, Sean. Please.
Yeah, they've totally dropped.
All right, so I'll use the book. Debbie's using a different book. I'll use our book. They are excited and enthusiastic. Are we excited and enthusiastic? But now I think some of them are getting a bit frustrated. They are committed. And that, I think, is exactly what we're seeing here, because everybody is committed on this talk. For those who just bombed out. They're prepared to go the extra mile. And I think that's also very important, because if you get asked to do something, don't just do that one thing. Look and see if there's something else that you can do as well. Go that little bit, do that little bit of extra. They attend all functions. Again, we're preaching to the converted over here. They are sponsoring people. That's one of the downfalls of my side, but we are working on that one and improving it. They use the products 100%. And I'm pretty sure, again, on this little screen that I'm looking at, we are all our very own best customers and 100% product users. And they're growing personally through listening to CDs and reading positive books. I like to listen to podcasts as well as all the other bits and pieces. My car is very much a mobile university. And I know sometimes some of the passengers don't always like listening to my talks, but that's their problem, not mine. So at any given time, even if you've got to download Audible books from Amazon, you can be driving and reading a book. But I'm a bookworm. I've got books all over the place. My wife gets quite upset with me because I've got books on bookshelves and books next to my bed and books on my phone, and wherever I am, I'm reading a book. I like to read things and I like to learn. So it's you reading positive stuff
Now too.
all the time.
Oh.
Okay. So some of the guidelines for your weekly trainings as well. Training should not exceed 1 hour. Keep it short and informative. And that's one advantage about Zoom. It forces us to keep it short and sweet and to about 35 minutes. Only allow positive sharing at training. And I think we're pretty good with that. Refrain from social discussions and stick to business topics during the hour of training. Again, we're all good with that. Do not sell any other things at training, such as raffle tickets. Now, obviously, this is going according to your live and in-person training, which used to happen regularly BC, but I know that's one thing I'm very grateful about, is that we are able to do this training now online, because I think a lot of us would have just quit or given up, being sort of pushed out into the darkness. And I used to get that feeling quite often of, oh, they're having this meeting in Durban. Oh, they're having that meeting in Durban. And I couldn't get to Durban on a daily basis or weekly basis. So I was feeling a bit left out. Whereas with this, it works brilliantly. Have 3-minute slots for each product discussion, no more than 3 products. And maybe we need to do that at some stage. Should we do that on a Wednesday? Because I'm now talking about working Wednesday. Would people be open to this sort of training on a Wednesday? where we're talking about going through this exact program that they talk about over here, which we'll get into. And maybe I should cover this on Wednesday. Well, actually, we won't, then we'll jump ahead. But let's have a look and see. I'm going to spring a couple of surprises on people, so be prepared. Check out your heart health products. And maybe we can cover a little bit of that on Wednesday, because I haven't developed that program yet. So we're getting there. Be creative and have fun. We're having fun yet? Because we're certainly getting creative tonight. And training should motivate and inspire. And that's what I like about these things, is because when we come in, especially on a Monday or Tuesday or during the week, life happens. It's happening all the time. And I do try to stay away from all the negative junk out there. We don't have a connected TV. We have a TV set, but it is not connected to any broadcasting channel. There is Netflix and there's other things that one can look at, but we try and stay away from all of that junk. And your social media as well. Be careful, because those little algorithms pick up what you're looking at, and they'll give you more of that. Just like sort of popular press, if you're looking at negative, you're going to get a lot more negative. And we need to be different. We need to look for the positive, look for those positive stories, because then forces the algorithm to actually give you more positive stories. Rather have a lot of small, exciting, productive groups than one large group. And I will definitely go along with that one, because me personally, small groups work a lot better for me than a large group, because in a large group, I'm a very good imitator of wallpaper and I don't say anything. We need to have combined training once a month, which is pretty much what we do when it comes to ADT. And we need to maintain regular contact with all our training groups. Again, technology, wonderful. Think of Zoom, not just Zoom, but WhatsApp and Telegram. We're getting this exposure. We're getting Charlie's Thursday evening group and all the other recordings that he does. And we have ADT. So that's all on Telegram.
No, these things happen like a dip.
Give recognition. Okay, I get a little message to say my internet connection is unstable. I think
we noticed.
Okay, I didn't notice, but because obviously I'm quite clear. But there is a storm in the area that's coming in, so I think that's what's causing a lot of problems. What do we give? Recognition every week. And I think that happens a lot on a Friday. I don't get to be on that one, but it does happen on a Friday, and Debbie does try and do it in this group fairly regularly as well. And that is recognition of new distributors, PV sold, new customers, product demonstrations, one-on-ones, etc. And maybe that's a little bit like your success tracker. How many people are following that success tracker? I know I'm following it. I'm not sending it out to anybody though. But it helps just to keep you on track. We need to develop new training groups, or developing new training groups helps people take ownership and develop faster. So as soon as a group gets too big, break them up into smaller groups. And this is how you train your leaders. This is why we have the manager groups and the senior manager groups and the director groups, because that's extra training, and you're developing, again, in that investment part, you're developing and investing in new leaders. Do not do all the training yourself. Allow people to grow. And I know I would not be in this situation right now if we always allowed other people to just take over and lead, because it's easy. And to be thrown in at the deep end like this, is sometimes a bit of a challenge and not always that fun, but we get there. Bottom line is enjoy yourself. Don't take it too seriously. Only active members should speak on training topics, and again, preaching to the converted, because all of us over here are active members. So in other words, every single one who's on the screen right now, all 7 people, should easily be able to step in and take over. And we need to promote the retail incentive. So we are in the middle of the first quarter. Are you taking note of your sales? Keeping your tallies?
Yes. Yes.
Good. Submit them. Could have a surprise at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Example of the agenda, your MC welcomes everybody enthusiastically. New people can introduce themselves and share their goals, dreams, etc. in 1 minute. Product discussions, talk from personal experience. And this is why it's so important to be a 100% product user. Because if I mention a product, would you be able to talk on it for 1 minute? I'm pretty sure every single person on here can do that, because we've all got a story. Product testimonies. That's, again, personal use. Business basics, the plan, the demos, the goals, the next steps, tips on contacting prospects, etc. And I know that's where I've fallen off somewhere along the line, is because I may know how to contact. I don't know who to contact. And that is a challenge of mine that I want to change and work on this year, and need to learn to do that better. And then obviously sell impending events. So Tuesday evening's coming up and Wednesday evening's coming up. We'll see how we go with those ones. And then a 5-minute motivational close. So we've got 7 minutes left over here. So we've still got a couple of minutes to go. And just a quick program that they go through. Obviously, when you're just seeing a head, you don't have to worry about the smart casual, because you don't need to know what we are wearing at the bottom. Public venue, this is public enough, thank you. And they say 7 till 8:30. We work on 7:30 to 8. And okay, we don't have to worry about the cover dish, because you can cover your own dishes. This is all to do with live training, obviously. Topics to choose from for leadership sessions: goal setting, leading by example, taking ownership, dream jots. Another thing that I've done, but I haven't done again recently, and I think we need to do that on a regular basis and update. Characteristics of a good leader. So we've gone through some of these characteristics already, and maybe we need to throw some people in the deep end. Money management. Money management it's a delicate subject, because for the bookkeepers, no problem. For the non-bookkeepers, big problem. Time management, another issue, because it's a work in progress, but I'm quite an expert at wasting time and procrastination.
Mm-hmm.
It's something to work on and to develop. Duplicating yourself effectively. Anybody else willing to step in at the last second and take over a training like this? Should my fiber die, would any one of you be able to pick up the baton and carry on like this? I'm pretty sure if I throw it at you, every single one of you would be able to do exactly that. Books. What books are you reading? What books are we covering? And etc. Well, that opens it up to pretty much anything. And then they also give a monthly results form, which I would say is pretty much like our success tracker. They talk about the name, the status, how many new customers, how many new distributors, new upgrades, personal PV, QPV. And I don't think we really need to get into that just yet. But it is something to look at, because it would be a good way to hold each other accountable. We have 4 minutes left. Does anybody else have any comments or any additions to add over here?
I've got something to say.
Mm-hmm.
I'm busy listening to a book on Audible, and it's called The Power of One More. And it's very good because it gives you food for thought. And if you just contact one more person or read one more book or have a look at one more product, it keeps you rolling. So with the result is if you keep doing that, you're eventually going to hit all the yeses that you need and the no's will be behind you.
Excellent. I saw an article about that just recently, and it is just
Very
that
good.
one more. And they spoke about things like a marathon. I think it was Alan Blaine was talking about yesterday, where he was doing a marathon, and it was just one more mile, just one more mile, just one more step. And exactly the same in this business, just one more phone call, just one more day in the business, just one more hour. If you just do that one more, it soon becomes a lot more. And I know that's a mistake I've made in the past as well, is you look at this big picture, when in actual fact, you should zoom in and look at the individual pixel. If you've ever played with Paint, the computer program Paint, and you're wanting to edit a photo, and you zoom it right into the pixels, and you edit the little pixels, and then you zoom out again, your picture changes. And we need to do a similar thing to the business. We look at the 5 diamond. We look at Charlie and Alta as 5 diamond. We don't look at, or we forget the fact that every night, 5 nights a week, after work, they would drive 80 Ks, the equivalent of basically driving for me from where I live to Mamsentoti every night, 5 nights a week for 5 years to do a 3-hour business presentation. Drive home, another 80 Ks, go to work, repeat. Saturday, back in town for an all-day training session, and then back again for 5 years. Charlie's earned every cent he's got. Are we prepared and willing to do the same thing? I know it would be a major challenge for me. So there we go, everybody. Thanks very much. And sorry for having to jump in at the last second over there. I'll
Well done.
stop this
Good
recording.
job.